July 20th is now the Nintendo Day of Destiny. There's no other way around it. You know how the Mayan calendar has these apocalyptic dates where the world is supposed to end on like December 22nd, 2018, and then they realize they miscalculated, so it's actually 2019, and then they learn something new, so it's actually 2021. It really feels like that with Nintendo Direct speculation, like we're so sure of a date, and then But guys, July 20th is heating up to volcanic proportions. It feels like the Big Bang is right around the corner of this weekend. And today's revealed that Nintendo, it seems, has made a secret Mario Twitter account for the Secret Mario Remasters. Just makes me say, July 20th, I'm so counting on you. What's going on, everybody? It's Zach from SwitchForce. Hit that like button if you are so ready for Nintendo to say something. And let me know in the comments down below if you think July 20th is going to be our big, monumental, not apocalyptic, but actually hallelujah type day. What's going on here is that Kelios and Nate Drake and sources have said that July 20th is the Direct. Everything is lining up. The pieces are rotating. It's like a Rubik's Cube of Bowser's face, and it's all coming together. We've got, hey, Paper Mario is the last first-party game with any sort of date out in 2 days. We've got nothing on the horizon. We've got rumors of Direct, and now we have at Super Mario 35th, a new Twitter account that has popped up, and sleuths have revealed that it's registered to an email address, ml, who knows, at n something.something. And the idea here is that Nintendo has secretly registered this Super Mario 35th account. Now, frankly, I cannot believe that we have not talked about this before. And why is Twitter significant? Well, Nintendo loves to use their game-specific accounts to really hype their franchises. And if you're about to unveil the big birthday plans for Mario, your main dude, Charles Martinet, making those woohoo-hoos, you're gonna give him a super special Twitter account to indicate that this means something. And we know that Nintendo did plan to have a big booth all about celebrating Mr. Mario at E3, and those plans were completely scrapped. I'm frankly surprised that they didn't go earlier with this Mario 35th celebration, but again, you're gonna do all the fanfare, you're gonna build the website and the Twitter account, and then have the games. So it really is adding up, you know? And now, I really think that next week is the week. And there's even more beyond this, because Zippo, who's a known leaker over on Reset Era, he's saying, dude, next week your feelings are getting hurt if you're not prepared. And we'll talk about that in a little bit. But basically, this Twitter account is real. It's just who is it registered to? Now, some digging from VGC, Video Games Chronicle, has found that the Splatoon JP, the Japanese Splatoon Twitter account, and the Smash Bros JP, Smash Bros Japanese Twitter account, are registered to email addresses with nearly the same format as the Mario 35th Twitter. It's this ML yada 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 at n yada 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 dot yada, which is probably some sort of placeholder email at nintendo.co.jp or maybe nintendo.com. Now, there's no way to be 100% sure, but it's all lining up. Something has to give, okay? The Mount Rushmore of Mario is falling into place, and it feels like next week is the time that it's revealed, because we need it. The summer has continued without much from Nintendo. Paper Mario is a great announcement, 2 months and it's out, and it's here now. But it's here now, and we've got nothing. Nintendo needs to speak to its fans, and we need to find out what's coming next, even if it's just a date for Bayonetta 3, or some sort of update on No More Heroes 3, or when Bravely Default 2 is supposed to hit. It might not be as monumental as we are making it out to be in our heads, but something is happening, okay? And this Super Mario 35th really leads me to believe that it's the big kahuna. They skipped their June Direct show. That's the big one where they talk about Zelda and Mario. They talk about Splatoon, maybe even F-Zero or Kid Icarus. That's where they go crazy for us. That's where Doug Bowser walks out. I almost said Reggie. I miss Reggie. Gosh, my favorite Nintendo dudes. Moment of silence for Iwata, who's no longer with us. You know, I mean, Reggie obviously is still here, thank goodness, but he's not here, if you know what I mean. I miss those guys. Doug Bowser could have done great this year. He didn't have a chance. The Direct seems like it's going to be next week, and everyone's thinking that it gets announced either tomorrow, right before the Paper Mario release, or on like Saturday, which is just so unlike Nintendo, but it could happen. Now, the Paper Mario reviews are out there. The game is doing pretty well. It's not the RPG that everyone hoped it would be, but it's still charming as heck, gorgeous, and a lot of fun. It's got like about an 80, 82 on Metacritic. which feels like still a worthwhile game. Kind of seems catastrophic for Nintendo when they're used to putting out 95s, but an 82 is still like a really, really strong title. Now let's go to what Zippo said. Zippo is one of the known leaker insider people over on Reset Era. I don't know if he's as popular or as, sure of himself as Emily Rogers or Nate Drake, but he is a reliable source often. And he's talking about the Mario Remasters, and he says that they're getting announced next week, which lines up with Kelios, which lines up with Nate Drake, which lines up with this Mario 35th Twitter, which lines up with Paper Mario being the... So at this point, I think I'm circling the date. I mean, there's never a guarantee, especially not with Nintendo, and we gotta leave ourselves a little bit of room to exhale our disappointment if none of this comes true, but something has got to give, and July 20th seems like it is going to be our paradise. Now back to Zippo on Reset Era. People should realize this now or else you're getting your feelings hurt next week. LMAO. So there's his hint that it's happening next week, but what is he talking about? Feelings getting hurt. And here's where I want to go next with this discussion. The Mario Remasters, everyone has a big idea for what it could be. Or maybe a small idea. I mean, I've seen things run the gamut from, hey, they're going to be downloadable via your Nintendo Switch Online membership, to no, they're going to charge a bunch of money for each game individually. I think the more likely and more common thought at this point is that it is a Mario All-Stars 2 type collection, which packages Mario 64, Mario Sunshine, and Galaxy 1 into a bundle that retails for $60. Now, the consumer-friendly hope that they would sell them individually on the eShop seems unlikely because Nintendo just got done charging $60 for a Link's Awakening remake of a 6-hour Game Boy game. And Zippo notes that they were willing to charge that much for that. Now, I do think that Link's Awakening was a really fantastic reimagining of that title. Did it add much, change much? No. But graphically, it overhauled the thing into a beautiful new state, and I loved it. But Zippo indicates that we're not getting even that much for these Mario Remasters. No, Zippo indicates that Mario 64 will be widescreen with slight improvement to graphics, and that Sunshine and Galaxy are going to be up-resed ports. Ring in those expectations. I don't know if that's a Sonic reference to be ironic or just a really unlucky word choice, but it feels criminal that if Nintendo were to take these titles and bring them back for the new era of Switch fans and to remind us why Mario has been the king of platforming for decades, wouldn't it be kind of sucky if all it was re-releases? Yet it seems like that is what's going to be the case, and I've heard this now from multiple sources, to rein in your expectations, to really pull back from believing that these will be fully fledged 2020 Mario Odyssey graphic style ports. Now, maybe you personally didn't think they would be that. Maybe you knew that Nintendo would not go the distance. But there's a silver lining to this that I actually think is awesome. Because as much as I'd love to see Mario 64 in those beautiful Mario Odyssey graphics, and as much as I'd love to see Sunshine get the love it deserves, and Galaxy come back as one of the awesome exploratory, creative titles from Nintendo's first-party masterminds, and have it looking lavish with all sorts of glitz and glamour new content, it kind of means that Nintendo might have something bigger and better up their sleeves. Would Nintendo really want to launch into the holiday season with re-release ports of their past 3D Marios? Now, I wouldn't put it past them, but a Mario All-Stars 2 collection that just catalogs these games with slight improvements seems a lot more status quo than a big, bold, hey, you can now play Mario 64 looking like Odyssey. I think that's a title that can carry a holiday season for Nintendo. And perhaps the Big N still feels like a Mario collection can do just that, but when you're competing against PS5 and Xbox Series X, you're going to be going against Halo Infinite, Spider-Man Miles Morales, and a whole lot more. Don't you think you'd want a game that at least looks somewhat the part? I mean, obviously Nintendo's never going to get anywhere close to those graphics on the Switch, but they could put out a big title like a Mario Kart 9 or Breath of the Wild 2 that still impresses the heck out of people and appeases their eyeballs as well as their hearts. Because a slightly up-res Sunshine and a widescreen Mario 64, that is a nostalgic play. I don't think there will be many 16-year-old kids begging their moms for Switches to go and play Mario 64 in November if it looks like it did back on N64. So the silver lining to this is I think Nintendo might have a bigger game than we expected. For a while now, we believed the Mario ports would be hogging the holiday spotlight, and they would be Nintendo's tentpole title to drive console sales as we move towards Christmas. But if this collection is merely an up-res, I think there's room for more. Now, Zippo goes on to say 3D World should be where the cool stuff is added, and I think that is also true, but 3D World port from Wii U is similarly not your big November title. 3D World is phenomenal, and if you haven't played it, you are in for such a treat. And if they add new levels based on Mario Odyssey's worlds, that will be amazing. The potential for a new playable character is exhilarating. The game is already so long and so good, and such an eclectic collection of awesome concepts, mechanics, and level design, characters, and playstyles. It's got freaking multiplayer in 3D Mario. I mean, some would argue that it's half 3D, but it's kind of 3D. It's one of my favorite Mario games, and I cannot wait to see what they have done to that one. But I think there's more. I think Nintendo's new Direct will not only showcase these Mario remasters, but I think it will give us an indication that there's more than we've expected. And in a year where everything has been disappointing, in a year where 2020 has tried to trip us, kick us, and keep us down, a Nintendo Direct that hits the July 20th date of predictions, that comes true, that comes through, that gives us the Mario remasters and gives us more. Wouldn't that be the most amazing thing this year has had happen yet? Wouldn't that be exactly what we need to turn this halfway point towards a higher potential for the rest of the 2020 season? Come on, Nintendo. You've got a chance to really set us on a new course. Deliver the Direct, introduce the Mario remasters, and let us know that there's more in store. I'm hopeful as all heck. I'm excited because every piece of the puzzle is lining up towards next week being the moment. And I really hope it's a Direct. Maybe it's a Twitter reveal. Maybe it's a phone call to Nintendo's biggest fans. But I think we're getting these Mario remasters, and I think Nintendo's getting on with some dates because we know nothing. And that can't last for very long. But let me know your take in the comments down below, everybody. I am super pumped. Does this Twitter account and Zippo's references convince you anymore that July 20th is the date? Are you circling it on your calendar like me, or are you saying nuh-uh? I've seen the Mayans try this many times before, and I'm not getting predictive until it's officially put on paper. And if the Mario remasters are up-resed and not true remasters or remakes, does that get you a little excited for maybe something new? Because at the end of the day, I do love ports. I do love retreading my childhood and my game favorites from back in the day. But a bold new Nintendo game that builds on what Breath of the Wild or Mario Kart or Mario Odyssey did, whew, that's always going to be sweeter in my eyes and heart. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Hope you're having a great day, staying safe, staying healthy, staying smart out there. Make sure to subscribe if you want to know when all this goes down and have all the analysis and reactions. Make sure to check out my streams. Members, I see you. I love you. We just got new emoji. We're going to be playing Paper Mario later this week. More Animal Crossing, of course. It's going to be a fantastic time as we boost ourselves into a better second half of the year. And I'm so glad you're sharing it with me. So thanks for your support. Hit that like button if you're excited. And until next time, everybody, have a fantastic day. SwitchForce out.